Hello, Brother Sewing and Crafting family. Angela Wolf here, Brother Brand Ambassador, and I'm so excited to see you today. Today, I've got a really fun project for you. Mother's Day is coming up, but this would make a great gift for anyone. So I am live today. I saw Phyllis saying I was pre-recorded. Not today. I'm here with you, and I've got a really fun project. So what do you need for today? Well, I've been playing with the Print Moda some more. You know I love that because I can print so much. But I've had a few questions from you guys. Everyone was saying, well, can you only use Artspira to use the printer? Well, first of all, Artspira is awesome. But guess what? Today I accidentally left. I have two phones. One's my office phone and one's my personal phone. Well, my office phone is the one that's hooked into Artspira, that's hooked into everything. So I got here this morning and I'm thinking, what am I going to do? And I could run home, but the phone, I don't know where it is. I lost it. It's either I left it in Wynn's car or who knows. Someone can send the squirrels out to find my other phone. But in the meantime, I was thinking, okay, I told you that we're going to do a cool project using my design center, which I know a lot of you have that on your machines. I'll use the Stellaire today, but you could use it on the Luminaire, the Dream Machine, all of those. But I really wanted to print my own fabric. And it kind of tied in with the other day when everyone said, can you actually print on the Print Moda? I said, yeah. So this morning I was thinking, thank heavens, because I would have had to download the Artspira app to my other phone. It was going to be a hassle, right? So anyways, huge success. I just went into one of my apps. That's not a Brother product, but I downloaded a bunch of photos, which I'll show you here. Now, Mom, if you're watching, turn it off right now because you're supposed to be surprised for Mother's Day. So just letting you know. So anyways, I printed right from my computer wirelessly right to the printer. The one thing you have to make sure that you do though is I also have paper in there and I have a roll of fabric. So just make sure you click on the part if you want the fabric to print. If you want to print on paper, make sure that you click on which paper tray you want because you don't want to print, I don't know, a bunch of bills or something, or, you know, things that are supposed to go on paper on your beautiful cotton. So I got that part right. So I've printed all these pictures. And when you get this off of the printer, you peel off the back, the plastic, which I've already done because I've let this sit out. You want to let it sit out for about 15 minutes before you start playing with it. And I also pressed it. So one thing that was kind of cool is all the photos that I put into the software, I took away the backgrounds. So it's just like a bunch of family. So I want to make this into just a little, it could be a mug rug or something for her table in the morning. She's always having coffee. And this would be something perfect to have coffee on. And then this is all of her kids and all of her grandkids and our husbands and wives or whatever, you know, the spouses. So if she doesn't like one of us one day, she could dump coffee on us. Very easy to do. But I thought, okay, we've got this great piece. I want to do more though. We've got so many decorative stitches. We have embroidery. We have applique. So why don't we go ahead and take this and have a lot of fun with it? All right. So in the meantime, say hi, say where you're from. We are streaming and I am live on Brother Facebook and YouTube channels, and we can see all of your comments and questions. So as I get rolling, I will take a couple breaks to see if you have questions. I'll try to answer them. I'm not a total expert at everything, but you know I love the Brother product. So, and if there's anything it can do, I like to push it outside the envelope. And that's what we're going to do today. All right? So it's so wonderful to see you all. All right, let's head over to the table, and I'll show you a little bit closer what I got going on here. Oh, I just love seeing all of you roll in. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Okay, I'm just going to take this little banner off so you can see, okay? All right, let's head on over to the table. So here is my photos. I'll bring this up a little higher. I'll bring you to a closer table in a moment, but I want to show you what I'm going to do first. So I brought in all the photos into my software. Again, not a Brother product, but you could have done this in Artspira too, if you didn't lose your phone. And then I sent it to the printer. It printed out in literally less than a minute. I peeled off the back. It's this plastic backing here. You peel that off. And I let it sit out for 15 minutes and I've pressed it. Now, by the way, my sister Julie Julie, I hope you don't mind. I took this right off of your social media page. This is when they got married. Her picture was already a little bit light, so it's not the print. And this was in eco mode. And look at how bright that is. So I took away all the backgrounds, hit print, all the pictures. Some were outside, taken outside, some were inside, I mean, all over. So it would not be a consistent color, but that's what's going to make this so much fun. So I'm using the Stellaire. And if I want to hoop this, it's really not going to fit. And I don't want to waste any more of this great fabric out of the printer. So I've cut myself. And to be honest, I don't remember if this is tearaway or cutaway, but it's just big enough, if I cut it right, to fit in the hoop. Did I cut it? Let me make sure I cut it the right size, or I'll have to cut another piece. Oh, I can do a diagonal. No, I think that'll be fine. Yeah, but this is going to go into the middle because I want to bring this in. I want to add some decorative stitches and stuff like that. So what I'm going to do is do a basting stitch around the edge of this right to the stabilizer. So I just wanted to figure out where the center was. Now let's go to the machine. So I'm going to be using two different machines today. I'm using the Stellaire and the Luminaire. One is set up for embroidery, one is set up for sewing. So we'll go to the Luminaire first. I know there's so many fun things to do with all the machines that sometimes you can go back and forth. I think I might have to make a few more of these just because of the fact of the other fun things I was thinking of. I was going to send this to the ScanNCut and have all the pictures cut out, but that'll be in my next project. So we only have an hour, right? Well, we could hang out longer than that. Okay, so here's all this to a straight stitch at, make sure I threaded the needle. Yeah, I was sewing jeans yesterday. In case you missed the jeans show, that was yesterday. Okay, a basting stitch, which is 5.0 on this machine. And we're just going to baste this to the stabilizer. I have dark blue thread in the bobbin, and I have gray thread in the top because I'm going back to sewing jeans as soon as our live show is over. It won't matter though. So again, this is just tearaway or cutaway stabilizer, whatever you have on hand. Either one is going to be fine for this. Another thing I could have done is pressed some fusible interfacing to the back of this. I'm using stabilizer instead, but I could have done that as well. So you have a lot of different options on here. Now we're going to hoop this, send it to the machine, and we're going to add some decorative stitches, some fills, and a lot of fun things to this. This would make a really cute pillow, actually. Oh, this is what happens when you start playing around. You might change your mind. All right, let's go back to the hoop. Oh, Shelly, that's so cool. Yeah, that's actually, I brought, you know, the pen holder for the ScanNCut. I know a lot of you use that. I brought that out because you can make beautiful cards with that. You know, when you start playing with these things, you know, even if it's not for Mother's Day, maybe it's for a birthday, or what we're doing on one of our next sessions is going to be doing memorabilia. Like I have a whole package of my grandmother's stuff that I want to cut up and turn into something really cool for the family. So that's another thing that you can use with the embroidery, the ScanNCut. I'll definitely have to come up with something with Print Moda for that, but I can't give it away. That's for next week. Oh, hey, Anne, just real quick before I go back. They're totally different. So the sublimation printer, does things like, now I didn't do this, but it does things like on your coffee mugs. You can print on fabric, uh, which is like, it comes on, you print onto a panel and then put it on your fabric. Where the Print Moda is, I don't even need my other printers because it's a printer and a fabric printer. So totally different. You just have to figure out which one you want first, right? Oh, hey, Susan. What is a mug rug? A mug rug is something like this. It's just something little. Usually it's in a shape of a square or rectangle. This is kind of a big mug rug. This might be more of a placemat, but it's just kind of a little big that you can put your coffee or tea and a little snack. Yeah. Oh, hey, darling. You're catching up on the sunglass sleeve. Was there a pattern for that? There was. And if you look back, I don't know if Brother posted on Facebook or YouTube, but ask the question on the old video and Brother Social will send that to you. Making sure I'm not missing anybody else's questions here. Oh, wait, coming back. Marie, do you ever sew in embroidery mode? I plug in the embroidery foot sensor and switch to sewing to baste. Yeah, you could. I do, but I already have this machine set up. I thought I'd save time. But yes, you can actually sew with the embroidery hoop on. Sometimes it gets a little bulky when you're trying to get your fabric around it, but if it's something small like this, no big deal. That's a really nice feature when you're just going back and forth. If you're sewing and embroidery, it really makes it nice. Yeah. Hey, Brother Social, by the way, if you're on here, Darlene on YouTube wants to know what the link was. If you have that with you, drop it in. Yeah, big time saver. All right, now let's go head over to the machine. Actually, we're heading to the table. So I've got this big piece here. I'm not going to use any batting. I really want to just have stitching on this, and I can add batting later. But if you wanted to, you could go ahead and hoop it all together right now, the batting and the back. So now that we basted this in place, now we have plenty of room to get this into the hoop. I'm just using the big hoop. Get it all in one place. Yeah, it's pretty tight. Making sure all that's laying flat. And you can see I have not hooped this straight, but it won't matter because I do have my other phone, my personal phone, which I do have the app on there that we need. So let me open my camera up. My Design Snap app. Let me open it and then I'll show it to you. Excuse me. This right here. And we're going to send this to my Design Center. So we're going to click on this icon right here. It tells you what to do. Hold it straight. All right, is my camera open? Hold it up. There we go. So there's the picture, and I'm going to send it to the machine. All right, we're good to go. So that's my Design Snap app. This works great to send anything in your hoop, especially on the Stellaire. It sends it right to the embroidery machine so you can see the background. You know, like on some of the machines, we scan it in. Well, this is a really fast way to do that. All right, so let's head to the machine. Keep popping your questions in. I'll help if I can. I'm just going to bring you back over to this machine real quick. Here you go. Maybe while you're there, you can look around my office for my phone. Oh, hey, Chris, thanks. Love you too. All right, so this is what we have. Isn't that fun? Lynn, what did you say? Jimmy Lynn? So that was an app you sent the picture to. Yeah, so it's My Design Snap app. You can download it. It's a brother app, and you tell it where you want to send the photo. Do you want to send the photo so you can turn it into embroidery? Do you want to send the photo to My Design Center so you can use it as a background? Do you want to send it to the embroidery site as a background? You've got 3 options there. Really easy to do. You just have to set up your machines so they're wirelessly and they're both on the same wireless. All right? All right. All right, back to the embroidery machine. Let's see what color. I've got black bobbin thread in there. That'll be fine for now. Ideally, you'd probably want to use white instead. Wait, let me just see if I have some white over here. I do, so I'm going to switch it. And if you look on the screen, go to My Design Center. While I'm changing this up, click up here. Importing a file. It should be the last one that we just sent, if it went to the right machine. Since I have more than one machine open, I never thought about that. Nope, there it is. But if it was going to do something crazy, it would do it during a live show, of course. All right. Click set. Slide this in place. So what's in my hoop right now is on this screen. Bring you a little closer here. So on here, if you want the picture to be darker, right down here you have a few arrows. There, it's pretty dark there. I can see everything. So I really don't care if I have, well, actually, you have a ton of detail on here. I can actually see faces and eyes. Oh, I could put little funny glasses on everyone. This could be a lot of fun, actually. But let's go ahead and start adding some decorative stitches and some fills, which is kind of what I really wanted to start with here. And then if I want to go in here and add some funny things, I think I just had some great ideas after seeing this. This could be a really fun project. But you can see it's kind of cockeyed. That's how I hooped it, but that's fine because I can actually see my stitching in there. All right, that looks pretty good. So let's go in here and play around a little bit. All right, into the pencil side. Let's see what we've got going on. So I'm just going to do the open pencil so I can draw. And you have all of these fills to choose from, or not fills, I should say they're line properties. And if you look at this last one, it has an arrow on it. And when you click on that, you've got all of these fun shapes that come up. So if you've been following along with my sewing jeans, I played with this a little bit for my back pockets. Let's do the hearts. Click OK. And let's go with bright pink. Click OK. Let's see if I can just make some. If you want to make this bigger, right up here is your a little bit bigger section here. I think I'm going to add this right around hearts. So you can just barely see that red line. If I take this down, you see that red line right there? So that's the line that I just made. That will have hearts on it. And when I go to the next screen, I can make it if the hearts are on the inside or the outside. It really doesn't matter. Okay, let's see. Can add some hearts around here. And I'm just making this a little bit messy because I want it to be just kind of a fun little messages written in here and things like that. All right, so let's do some fills. Why don't we add a couple shapes? How about this heart? Just looking, not that. Let me try something else. Right up here, I'm going to make it a fill. Click OK. Now you can see the heart. Now that's pretty big. So let's change the size on that. Make it a lot smaller. Maybe we'll put one here. And what do you want that heart to be filled with? I could fill it with satin stitches or I can fill it with something else. So over here where you see the bucket and then click underneath. And you can always, if I'm going too fast, you can always come back to this on Brother YouTube page and play it over again and hit pause. So here, let's pick a fun fill for this. There, roses for Mother's Day. Click OK. We'll make it pink. Click OK. And when I touch there, see how that filled with a cool filler? All right, so here's another fun thing. If you haven't played with some of these things, see where that was the paint bucket? Click the paint brush. This is the one I usually accidentally hit. And now I can go through here and add a little bit of stippling. This is going to be the craziest little placemat she's ever had, or mug rug, or whatever. It'll definitely make her smile. These are my nephews and my mom. So all of her grandkids. No, they're not all the grandkids. 2 are missing, but they're all making funny faces. She's going to love that. All right, so I'm going to make just a little bit more here. So that's just adding stippling in a line. How fun is that? Okay, so that's enough for right now. I can always go back in here and add more just to show you. I just want to kind of give you some ideas of how to do this. And if you don't like something you did, here's the eraser. We can take that out. Add it back in. I'm going to add a bunch of stippling down here. There, that looks pretty good. I think I stippled on my head, but that's all right. Who's counting, right? There. And let's add one more heart. Click OK. Let me go back in here. Heart. This time, let's do one with a satin and an outline. There it is. This time I'm going to fill it with satin stitches. Click OK. Oh, I'm still on the pen. Didn't I just say that's what I always end up doing? There we go. There's our heart. That's really big though. So I'm going to go back and get that out of there. So you can always go back and forth. You can also save it to memory, which is fine. So let's go to next so I can show you what's in there. So that's my hodgepodge of a little bit of a mess, right? Looks like I need a little more stippling right there. So let's go back. And I want to go back into the rows. And if you want to scroll down to see more, just click on these arrows here, and that's how you can get down a little further. Click OK. I'd love to know in the comments if you've ever tried just doing some stippling just with the pen feature instead of filling a specific shape. I think everyone kind of forgets about that every once in a while. I'll leave that heart there because that's kind of cool. All right. Now I'll click next. And it shows me this is my entire stippling section right here. Do you want to change anything? Do you want to skew it? Do you want to make it bigger, smaller? I think that looks fine. Next is the hearts. Do you want the hearts on the inside or the outside? That's these settings down here. I want them on the inside. So that would be that button right down here. Click set. When you click the link button, it put both of those together. I want them both the same way. Yep, on the outside, click set, and then click preview. And once you click preview, it'll show you exactly what it's going to look like. So those hearts will show up. Oh yeah, that's fun. You can just barely see those little hearts, but it'll be fun. Okay, click set. Click OK. Click OK. And now this is sent to Embroidery, and look what happens. That entire background was sent to Embroidery, which I can see right there. I already have pink thread in the machine, so go ahead and click Embroidery. All right. The next step is just to click here and then make sure my needle's threaded while I'm over here. I'm thinking probably mauve might have matched a little better than pink. Mauve or burgundy. Maybe mauve. No, we'll leave it at pink. Okay, ready? Just click the green button. That means go. So now this is going to do all those stitches around these beautiful photos. How fun is that? All right, while that's going, I'll come over here and see if you have any questions for me. All right, any questions? Good morning, Teresa. Susie's here. Oh, I do see a few questions in here. Oh, you're welcome, Star. Great tip. You know, I always accidentally click the pen feature. So, well, as you saw, even there. So you have options for those fills. You can draw around. You can add shapes and add fills. Now, when I'm finished with this, I can go in and add. I wanted to see what this looks like first. I could actually go in and add lettering before I decided to embroider, but I wanted to show you what this looks like. So it's literally stitching all the way around all the photos, just like I planned it. I still think I'm going to go back and add some fun things. So my sister and her husband were sitting there with champagne glasses. So I might have to come up with, draw a little champagne glass and stick that in there. I might have to wait till I get my phone so I can go through the Art Sphere app because they've got so many cute itsy bitsy, not itsy bitsy, but smaller embroidery designs. So I think I could have some fun with this. I might have to add maybe a Santa hat to one of the kids because one of the photos was from Christmas. So I can do some fun things like that, but you can see exactly what's in your hoop as you're going. I think so too, Jenny. It's going to be cute. So I guess I need your help then. Should I turn it into a pillow? Because that's a pretty cute pillow. Or to keep the mug rug idea. Basically, so Amanda, a mug rug is not that big usually, but this could be more of like a table centerpiece. In fact, I had another one here that we did in the Stellaire master class, and I use it all the time. Where did I put it? It's not out. See, this is what happens when you clean. So a mug rug is typically about maybe 8 inches by 4 inches. Just big enough to put your coffee cup and some little snacks like cookies. This is going to be more like a placemat. So Darlene says pillow. So here's the thing. If I decide to do a pillow or a placemat or a mug rug, well, I think it's bigger than a mug rug. We might as well just take that one right off the list. I can make it the exact same way. I can either do it in the hoop or I can sew it. If I turn it into a pillow, I might want to add some ruffles or something like that. But if I turn it into just a centerpiece for the table, once I'm all finished, all we'll do is draw a line in the embroidery section that covers everything, the whole section, and you have 2 pieces of fabric for the back. I usually do an envelope style. Oh, it could be a wall hanging. That's a good idea, Mary. Make a few of them. Well, I have a ton of pictures. Maybe I should put a few of these. You know what? That's a good idea. And surprise her. So each one will have different pictures. Oh, you guys are so creative. Yeah. Amanda, that's the size. Yeah. Well, I have like 2 different sizes of mugs. So today I'm drinking coffee out of my Christmas mug and I'm drinking tea out of my little mug. I love this cup. It says, I really need a day between Saturday and Sunday. Now, this is what you could do with the sublimation printer, these 2. And you've seen the Print Moda. Okay, I'll keep it clean, Mary, so she can show it off to friends. Yeah, I'll keep it good. A table topper for flowers, good idea. So we got like half and half. Everyone says, maybe I should do both. I'm thinking Mom's going to love this. Oh, your mug rug is bigger than my Christmas mug. Okay, well, then you got a good one, Amanda. This one definitely could be it. Okay, so do you want to see then how the backing would go while we watch this embroider? So it's going on and on, as you can see. Drop your questions in if you want as we're going. And if you have any recommendations for what I should do with this, anything extra, let me know. Because this is looking really good. I'm watching it just as you're watching it. The bright pink is fun. So some other ideas for you. If you have the ScanNCut, you could have taken these photos off of Print Moda, put them on your fabric mat, and cut them out. So that would be a fun thing to do with an applique. There's so many different things. Oh my gosh. Everyone's saying table runner, make several placemats. I like the idea of a whole bunch of placemats. Yeah, except I don't think I could get one for everybody because that'd be a lot. I think she has 13 grandkids plus 5 kids with spouses. That's a lot. But just a couple for maybe her and her friends that have coffee. Yeah. All right, so let's head over. I'm going to show you how to do the backing for this. Oh, that's looking so good. Oh, here, I see another question. What do you got, Mary? Can you use the Print Moda without a brother machine? Print Moda is way out of my budget this year. So the Print Moda is a printer. I literally just went on my computer and printed a photo. I put all that together in a software that's not brother related and hit print. So it's a printer. It's just like I've got a brother laser printer in there. That's when I have to print a lot and save ink. And then, so it's just a printer. It doesn't have to be with a brother machine, but it's a brother printer. Oh, Lori, that's a good idea because I usually get her something, flowers for Mother's Day. I think the thread is cute. What do you guys think so far? I love it. Oh, you guys have such great ideas. Oh, Janny, that's a good idea. Love your name, by the way. Hope I said it right. But that's a great idea. So this could be the center table. And then I still have, oh gosh, maybe 10 more pictures I was debating from. And that's a perfect idea. So I will do a mug rug with all the other pictures. So she's got a little centerpiece for the flowers and then a few little mug rugs with the others. Ah, brilliant. That's what I'm going to do. How much ink did you use? You know what, Mary Lou, I've used an entire roll of fabric, which is 5 yards, and I've printed on paper. And on the Print Moda, it says I'm over half on ink. The nice part is the ink is separate cartridges. So, you know, like, I don't know how you'd say it. There's some printers in the past where I bought where it was just one cartridge for black and one for color. So then if you ran out of yellow, you had to buy a whole nother color, even though it wasn't all out. These are all separate. So if you run out, it might just be one color. So I haven't had to change the ink yet. And the coolest part is that every time I come in the studio and turn my computer on, Wi-Fi must hit that machine and it says cleaning, cleaning print heads, don't touch. So it's kind of like, I wish that would happen in my kitchen, right? Cleaning, come back later. Oh, I think this is super fun. So I got to come up with something fun though on here while we have it in the machine. I want to add some letters. I'm going to show you how to do that. And then I also want to add a couple cute things. Since we can get so close to the photos and see what's happening, I think we should add some cute things. Maybe a funny hat or something like that. I'm with you on that, Amanda. Definitely. Yeah, Jenny, call your brother dealer. They have pretty good deals on them. They were actually doing really good deals on that with the Luminaire too. So I don't know what's happening right now, but yeah, call them and watch for sales. I forgot to check what any brother dealers in here today. What's the big sales right now? So Mary Lou, I'm dying laughing. It's like a self-cleaning oven. Yeah, I would like a self-cleaning kitchen. All right, so let's see how it's going over there. Keep your questions rolling in. Mary, that's hilarious. If brother comes out with a cleaning app, your budget is doomed. Mine too. Mine too. Lorraine, do you leave your Print Moda on all the time? Yeah, I do. I do. If it has updates, it's done a couple of updates. It's just like the machines that are all hooked up wirelessly, the embroidery machines. I also downloaded the driver to my computer because I wanted to do a really good clean on the ink heads. And so that's another thing that you might want to do. It's just like a regular printer driver. Star, are the replacement ink cartridges specific for the Print Moda? Brought only through brother. Yeah, I think you get them at your brother dealer. It's just like regular, like any other printer. Because, you know, if you have another brand of a printer, you have to buy that brand ink usually. There you go. My self-cleaning kitchen needs to scrub floors, clean the fridge, clean the dishes. This is what I'm talking about, Amanda. Hey, brother, can we work on this? Can we add it to the Art Sphere app, Clean My Kitchen? All right, let's go back over here and see how we're looking and see what else we need to add. So you can see on where it's embroidering right now, where I erased it and then went back and added more. That's why it's embroidering in a different order. Yeah, that's looking really good. I'll bring you just a little bit closer. So you can kind of see those hearts. They're really fun. Actually, the pink stands out a lot on here. Looks like I embroidered over Amy's face. She won't mind. So maybe that's where I'll add a hat. Actually, I could put sunglasses on her. It looks like we have about 6 more minutes. So while that's embroidering, let me take you to the table and show you what you'll need then to turn it into a mug rug. Annette, can you do this with the Stellaire upgrade? Yeah, you could do this with the Stellaire on its own. This is in my design center, so you have this, even if you have the Stellaire without the upgrade. But if you have the upgrade, even better. So, yep. Everyone's liking your idea, Amanda, for sure. All right, let's head over to the table real quick. And actually, I have a quilt here from a friend. I did not make this, full disclosure. If you've been sewing jeans, we've been sewing jeans on the behind the scenes show. So you might want to binge watch those if you want to sew some jeans. So this was made from a friend. I love this. And this has different fabrics in here. It turned into a quilt. It's a great table runner. So when you guys just mentioned a table runner, you just gave me a really good idea. So that one piece, which is a little bit bigger than this, I could put maybe 3 of these together and piece it into a quilt. I think that would be a really fun idea. So this might take a little bit longer for me to finish, but I like the way it's looking right now. And I've got a bunch more pictures that we talked about. But also, did you all watch the show a couple weeks ago? I'm going to bring this back up, check on the embroidery while we're there. When I did the applique for my niece's skirts, let's see how that's looking. So I have that right here. And I had a few questions on that, so I might as well take that now too. All right, so I think table runner is the way to go. I like that idea, and I also like the idea of doing small photos and turning them into small like mug rugs. That's a great idea. Thank you, thank you. All right, so did you watch this episode when we added the applique? So I finished both skirts for the girls, and now I'm going to add an applique to this. But remember when I was trying to send this to the ScanNCut to cut? Well, I learned that if you're taking something from Artspira into the machine, you can't send it to the ScanNCut then, unless it's a cut file, which this was an embroidery file. So that's why. And I love having a little bit of the extra fabric on the outside of it because it kind of just makes it look like a hairy dog. So I got to finish this one. But I'm thinking with the mug rugs, I brought that up for a reason. If I do a few extra squares with the photos, I can do a couple of appliques, maybe with a heart and Happy Mother's Day. There's that beautiful M, the beautiful fonts in there. I'll show it to you as soon as it's finished. So it looks like it's just about done. So just more inspiration for you. And all of this right now is being done in my design center. So do you have my design center? I'm just curious. And if you do, what machine do you have? Dream Machine, Luminaire, Stellaire? Because it's been around for a while. They just keep adding some cool new things to it. Oh, thanks. I agree. Thanks, Teresa. Any questions before we go back to the machine? I'm watching them from here. It looks like my camera went to the other side. Now you're just watching the needle, huh? That is really looking good. All right, 3 more minutes. while it's going, let me go back to the table and show you what I was going to mention. Mary Lou has the Lumi XP3. Great machine. Okay, so to finish this, now this, if it's a table runner, then you put the binding on it, right? But if I'm going to do it as a pillow or a mug rug, I'm going to bring a couple pieces of fabric over so you can see what this should look like. So if this is, I'm going to use 2 different pieces of fabric. Well, actually, no, 2 different pieces of fabric, I should say. And I'm just going to grab a smaller hoop just to show you what I would do here. So let's just say that this is my project that I just finished. You would take 1 piece of fabric. So you want to know where the center of your hoop is. You'll take 1 piece of fabric and go just over the center and fold this back. So it's right sides facing the right side. And the folded side goes on the bottom. So you just fold it back maybe an inch. Then you'll take another piece of fabric on this side and make sure you're going past the half point just a little bit and put this on like this. Now, how wide do you cut it? I just have it where it fits into the hoop, because then when you pick the largest rectangle, it will stitch all the way around this. You'll cut off the excess, and when you flip it right side out, this is what the outside of your pillow, we call this a little envelope, but this is what the outside will look like. So you can use this as a placemat or a pillow. Very easy to do. That's how you do this all in the hoop. All right. I hear it. It must be finished. Or it's got to be darn close. I know, isn't this fun? So if you guys do this, you have to post photos and use #brothers so they can see this. This is a lot of fun. All right. It's looking pretty good. It's just adding a few things where I started to play. So I'm just going to hit stop. Cut the thread. So I'm close enough to the end, and I want to show you a couple more ideas for you now that, well, look at this. Is that fun or what? So I went through, I was a little messy, and I embroidered through my face. This might be where we add some hats, but you know, it looks great. This one up here with my mom and I looks great. My sister's wedding photo, that one's a great picture. So I got a little carried away down here. So this is where I could have a lot of fun. So in here, in the embroidery side, I'm going to click return. And there's the background. Now, if I click delete, I can go back in here, and this is where I want to show you how to do your mug rug. Click on shape, which is number 4. Number 5 is a big rectangle. And then if you look down at 010, that's just a straight stitch. So that's what I can use as the outline. So when I click set, I can still see my background here. Now it doesn't show all the new pink embroidery, but I can click on edit. My shape is right underneath there. Let's see, rotate it. There it is. Click OK, click on size. Let's see how big I can make this. Oops, not that way. So see how that goes all the way around everything? So I could do this entire thing in the hoop. And if you want it to be a little bit smaller, there you go. And it looks like it's just a little cockeyed. So we'll go back in here and click on rotate. There, that looks pretty good. So that will be my outline after I place my fabric down, like I mentioned. So once I'm finished playing around with all of this, I'm going to still go in and add some letters. I love your idea of having a few of these and making kind of a table runner. I think that's what I'm going to end up doing. I knew you'd give me good ideas. That's why I like sewing with you. But because I hooped it a little crooked, I could fix it by turning that rectangle. So this is where I would, if I was just making one placemat or a mug rug, this is where I would place one piece of fabric face down with that fold that I just showed you, and then the other piece, do that rectangle all the way around, trim, and flip it right side out, and then you have just a regular plain old placemat, or I could turn it into a pillow, whichever one you like. But I think this is a lot of fun. I think I'm going to have to play a little bit more with this. I think a few more mug rugs. We've got a couple photos, family photos that are hilarious. So I could have some cute, polished photos, and then some of the funny, the really funny ones. I'm still going to go back here because I embroidered over my head and Amy's head. I'm going to go back and add a little hat and a couple things like that. Hey, Michelle, does it still need to do the hearts? Maybe. I didn't even look to see if that was in there. I guess I better check that, right? Oh, that's a good idea, Mary. Yeah, her kitchen's not pink. So you're saying I got to do it over again. Oh, yeah. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, maybe I should keep this one because I could keep this at my studio. And I'll do another one where I don't embroider over my head. You know, the nice part is that I have the photos saved right here on my computer. I can hit print again and it'll come right on that Print Moda like that. Yeah. I think it's going to be fun. Great to see you, Lisa. Tax season's over, so hopefully you're sewing again. All right, everyone, this was a lot of fun. If you have questions, drop them in. Brother Social will pop back in here to see if you need anything. Other than that, have a great weekend. And on Tuesday, you want some more Mother's Day ideas? On Tuesday, Kathy Gandy is going to be showing you some really cool things she found on Artspira. Let's see. She added sublimation printer. Oh, she did so many different things. You'll definitely want to save that episode so you can go back and forth and back and forth. So in the meantime, brother, thanks for letting me take over your page. This is super fun, and I hope I inspired you to get creative. All right, till next time, happy sewing.